welcome back to another YouTube video with me. And if you're just new to my channel, my name is Oyemakin Favor, and yeah, that's down that. So before I get right into this video here, okay, let me start with today. I'm going to be answering all of your questions as regarding OAU. Now, for some time now, I've been getting lots of questions regarding OAU, especially ever since when I dropped it around my hostel video. And some of those questions I was able to answer, not all. So I'm going to be doing justice to all of the questions today. Anyways, I hope this video comes as help or come in handy. Yeah, that's the word. I hope this video comes in handy. And yeah, before we go right into this video, be sure to like this video, share, comment, and also subscribe to my channel. Now let's get right into it. Now the first question I have is, as an aspirant, I find this really useful. I just want to know if you pay 160,000 or both roommates share the payment in half. Please, I need information. Okay, I think I said this earlier. There was a time I made a tour around my hostel and a lot of people really liked my hostel. Now, I said this hostel cost 160,000 naira, but that was then. This hostel doesn't cost 160,000 naira anymore. This hostel now costs 205,000 naira. Anyways, even before then, the 160,000 was not meant for the two roommates. Each individual gets to pay 160,000, but now each individual gets to pay 205,000 naira in this hostel. How do you pick your courses in OAU? Now, when I saw this question, I was really excited to answer this question. If you were coming to OAU, as regarding to picking your courses, my first advice to you is to listen to your seniors. Do not make that mistake. Listen to your seniors. Now, being a Part 1 student, I was really excited about coming to OAU, obviously. Not necessarily excited, the joy of living home. So, I mean, being an English student, I knew I was going to be taking dramatic art courses. I mean, I'm really I can be very what's the word? I could be very hyper, do you understand? So I really love the idea of studying a lot of dramatic courses because it requires me to be very practical, and I love practical work. So I was like, oh my god, I'm super excited. Like, coming to OAU, I had to pick 6 courses. Now, one drama course was already compulsory for us. So the other one I had to pick between another drama course and I think philosophy. And then I was like, I wanted to pick the second drama course. Now people are telling me, do not pick this course, pick philosophy. Philosophy is a straight A for you. And I'm like, well, I'm not doing phil. I want drama. And I heard that the particular drama I wanted to pick was very practical. So I was very excited to pick the course. And you know, I put in so much. I can't even start ranting. But then the result of that course wasn't actually rewarding. And people that picked phil 101, they had A's. Now that result is what spoiled my GPT today. Like, it's what really affected me, because if I had picked that other course, that was a straight A course. Like, I do not know anybody that actually did not have an A in that course. Now, me picking drama, on the other hand, was a huge blow on me. Oh my god, I had people warning me about this course. I remember there was Corona break. Before Corona, I remember there was this senior of mine that was telling me not to pick the course. After Corona, I still was warned. I was like, no, it's drama. So my best advice is, whatever advice your senior give to you, take it. They've been there before and they know better than you. So any advice your senior gives to you regarding picking courses, please listen to them because they know better than you. Another advice I'll give to you is, whatever you do not know, ask. Do not do things based on assumptions or anything. Be sure to ask. Be sure to make inquiries. There's no harm in asking questions. Hello Favor, I love your channel. Please, is it advisable for a fresher, 100 level medical student, to stay in a private hostel in OAU, or do they have separate hostels for them? First of all, I'll start with, I don't think there's a special hostel for medical students, and there's no special hostel for medical students. The same hostel everybody gets to stay, that's where you get to stay, and that's a school hostel. Will I advise you to stay in school hostel? I do not know. If you have the financial capabilities, I'll tell you to stay out of school hostel. For example, I stayed in school hostel for 2 weeks and I have a very sensitive body system and I started reacting to a lot of things. I don't know if the hostel is better now. I don't know. But Is it advisable to stay in a private hostel? I think it's okay. I think it's okay. But then you have to be very disciplined because you do not know who your roommates might end up being. Now, when I was in part one, I stayed in Stella Hostel, Stella New Building, and that hostel, there are four in Europe. Now, my roommates, they were all like one was in part four, the other two were in part three. I was just in the system. So I did not, I feel like for they've accustomed to the way like OAU is. But me, anytime they play, I play anytime. So it was when my first semester result came out, it wasn't really perceived like that. It was then and I realized that, oh my god, I have to be disciplined. I need to know when to play and when to. These people already know how to utilize their time, how to spend their time wisely. So I learned that too. So would I advise you to stay in a private hostel? I think you can stay in a private hostel. You just have to be very disciplined and plan yourself properly. Yeah. But anyways, people will say staying in a school hostel in part one is fun. You get to meet people in 100 level. Yeah, there's that side to it too. Being 100 level, I didn't get to meet like people in my parts. The people I knew were people in part two, part three, part four. So I didn't really know much of part one student. I didn't really know much. In fact, people in my own department, I didn't know. I think I just knew one person, and that was all. So there's the part of staying in a school hostel could also help, but it's still your choice to make. This person said, what's the difference between a private hostel and a school hostel? What is the difference between a private hostel and a school hostel? First of all, in a school hostel, you first of all, in a private hostel, there's so many things you get to enjoy that you do not get in school hostel. For example, some of this hostel comes with fridge, nice wardrobe, well tiled, your own private toilet, your own private kitchen, nice reading table. It comes with a bed, it comes with a bed frame, and all of those things you would never get that in a school hostel. In a school hostel, you have to get your bed. You share toilet with multiple people. I was assigned to Mozambique all in part one, and in part one in my block we had 10 rooms, and that 10 rooms were given just 8 toilets. And in each room we have 8 people. That's 8 times 10, 30, and 80. Yeah, that means 80 people gets to share 8 toilets. That's a lot. But then at the same time, there are positive side to staying in the school hostel. I'm not even going to lie. People that stay off campus, you definitely have the opportunity to get to campus and get a good seat before them. You get accustomed to the school life faster. You get to meet your peers. And like when I see people that stay in Moz, when I see the friends they have, and I'm like, how did you guys make these friends? But they stayed in school still. It was easy for them to meet all of those people, but it wasn't easy for me. Okay, this one said, can I do a classroom tour next? Okay, we have a lot of lecture theaters in OAU, but I'll try to make a classroom tour in one of, probably when school resumes, because obviously we're on break now. So probably when school resumes, I'm going to try to do a classroom tour. Hello, can you prep students get a private hostel too? Every lady can get a private hostel here in maintenance. As far as you're a girl, that's the only criteria you need. You can get a private hostel. You can get hostels here as far as you're a girl and you're a student of OAU, because it's actually meant for students of OAU. The person said, I requested for accounting, but I was given another course. Is there a way for me to do a change of course? See, I'm not okay. Let me say, you can actually have a change of course, but will it work? I don't know. It might and it might not. I actually know someone who had a change of course and it did work. But will it work? Me, I do not know. But my best advice is, irregardless of it, first, there are two sides. Is it that you take JUPEP? JUPEP, you have to put in the work, because it would be very unfair if after studying JUPEP you do not get the course you want. Another option is you going for PD, but PD you most likely will get it because it's less competitive, but the only thing is you have to start from 100 level again. Now the other option you have is you either pick the course and then you write a jam while studying the course. You never know, you might fall in love with the course along the way. Another option is you going for the change of course, but then it's a 50% thing. It might and it might not work. But I don't know if taking along your your parents might well, because the person I knew that did a change of course, she came with her parent. In fact, they were just throwing them away. But when the parent actually did come to Ife, they were attended to and it was successful. So there are two sides to it, and I wish you best of luck in that. I do not really know what to say. How far is your hostel from school, and is it for all courses? How far is it from school? It's just from campus gate. Like, it is very close to campus. Just imagine being at campus gate and then getting to school. Yeah. So if you're taking transportation, if you're trying to take the bus, it costs you 100 naira to get to campus. And if you're taking bike, 200 to get to campus. Yeah. It's not that far actually. Are all private hostels off campus? These hostels, they are all off campus. Not necessarily off campus. I don't know how to explain it. So this hostel is actually inside campus. We have two gates. Now the first gate, it's facing outside. Now there's another one, it doesn't have a gate, chat. There's no gate there, but it's like a road. Now once you just pass through the corner, you get inside the campus directly. So it's kind of not land actually belongs to OAU. You know, it just really leads outside kind of. It's not really off campus. But then there are other hostels that are inside campus. I think the Onion of Ife built one hostel at the new market area. The head is really expensive. I heard it's really expensive. I don't know the price per se, but I heard it's really expensive. And there's another hostel on campus. It's at PG Hall. It's one in a room and it costs 150,000. And it's also self-contained. The hostel is actually pretty chill, but it's really stressful getting the hostel, considering the fact that it's very cheap and affordable. If you have any other question, please put it down in the comment section below. I'll be sure to do justice to them. Be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.